we'll bring the bodies out to where everybody wants us to come. We will get the CT. We'll get the New England Civil Wars.
You guys up in Balance Patch.
I got no problem
events.
with bringing some New England Civil Wars up. I got no problem with NY coming on out here to test the mettle of our boys. You guys want to come prove that you're better?
Shout outs to everybody from NY that likes to come up through the New England area events. It's always an absolute joy to see you guys come on up.
Yeah, speaking of Randomfiend, being from NY on the other side there, like I said, one of the stronger contenders who's not even in the upper echelon. He is so good, and yet he's still right below the cusp of the top players there. So NY and Tri-State is such a dangerous area to deal with. And Ice is going to have to learn that the hard way because he tried to open him up and gets opened up himself for the troubles.
Wow, that was so interesting. He went for instant overhead stuff. Bringing out like the level 4 mix-ups right away.
I love to use like the amount of mileage he's gotten off of Goku assist today. He's gotten so many people trying to get too aggressive. Oh, that's not what you wanted. Accidentally drops the combo in the corner and gives Randomfiend a free second lease on life so he can get that cell out of here.
So brings the base Goku straight in. Gonna play some of this neutral, get a little bit of blue health back on Cell. That is if Ice doesn't elect to tag him in right now.
And Randomfiend actually not respecting Gumball either. I was actually pretty surprised by that. And jumps up, doesn't get caught by anything from Ice, and able to get himself back on the corner. I like the fact that Randomfiend doesn't stay far away for too long, though. He completely just runs back in and reestablishes his pressure. But who needs that when you got a Yamcha assist?
Right.
Just completely close the gap.
Super dash Yamcha. That's it's true endgame. The game's solved. It's as good as 18 was week 0.
Yeah, everybody talk about Gohan Blanco, yo. It's all about base Yamcha. Oh, okay. All right, true DBZ moments. We got clashes.
Classic beam struggles.
Oh, he was going for a rolling crush, but he actually met him instead with the Ki Blast. And that's the second time today that we've seen somebody go for that, but that time Randomfiend available for it.
Yeah, I think it might be the third, actually, but it is certainly the first time that someone's had the answer to it.
Oh, gets the grab. Not a situation Ice wants to be putting himself in, and now he has to hold the Kaioken that's going to carry him pretty much all the way back to the corner.
Yep, straight into the level 3, gets the hard knockdown in the corner. I fully expect that Ice is going to wake up Spark, or, maybe he'll play greedy and not wake up Spark like he did with the Reflect.
Interesting, and then he just runs up, baits out the approach attempt, and just empty hops. Oh, it's like you said, but nothing. It wasn't there to be able to punish it that time. All right, good defense from Randomfiend, not getting caught by the dive kick.
That's minus, but he vanishes to keep it safe.
All right, both of them just kind of hopping around, just waiting for the first neutral interaction win to be able to get something started. Ice not in a bad position by any means, but still has not been able to close out one of these kills yet. And we're currently creeping underneath the 200 mark.
Ooh, finally gets hit with the Reflect bait. Ice is going to be taking a little bit of damage from this. No, it turns out he didn't have him. He didn't want to spend the bar. Command grabs.
Again, he needs to respect these. It's something that Randomfiend is recognizing. Like, Ice's defense is strong. He's blocking all my mixes, but he's not doing anything about these grabs. Got the tech that time, though.
The tech again.
My God, tech machines coming out for both of these guys. There is no grabs to be had. And Ice, again, though, gets caught trying to be a little bit too aggressive. The Vegeta is just waiting for him.
Just the Oki, IADH, block strings in the corner.
Not that time, though. He was anticipating potentially, trying to go in after him again, holding block. Not that time.
So Yamcha has his work cut out for him. He's got bar, and he still has sparking. A perfectly solid character. Just Yamcha's biggest weakness is arguably his lack of damage.
Exactly, but we got those. He's going to carry him all the way over. That's a dead Yamcha. Not going to drop any of those Ki Blast loops. And Randomfiend, after a bit of a war of attrition between the two of them, after the first character was down, able to seal out the kill, and then just kind of steamrolled his way off of the Yamcha.
Ice taking a second, going back to character select. Now, give me the inside scoop. Does Ice have other teams?
He has 20,000 teams.
Oh, right.
He's one of those people.
He's a meta chaser.
Now, he's going to, yep, that's what I figured. He's going to go with the original OG, pretty much #1 team prior to everybody's changing and kind of messing with their lineups. Right. He was originally getting most of his success off of Kid Boo's Cell Vegeta. I'm not too surprised that he swapped to this. He wants to make sure that he can get maximum damage output because every time he gets in, it's just not enough damage to seal out anything for Randomfiend, and he's not respecting it. Randomfiend don't care if you're not going to die.
For sure. And, obviously 2 characters on this team nerfed, but both still perfectly functionable characters.
100%.
Super scary. tons of damage. Like, it's all still there. You know, you can add one frame. That doesn't take away the perfection of a perfect being.
Exactly. So Cell will always be perfect no matter what you try to do to him. Kind of like the size 12 Tims just coming in and getting Kid Buu out of his face. My God, what an answer.
Ooh, good. The clashes, though, he believes just a little bit harder, Ice does, and follows up with the 5H and gets a clean hit of his own.
Now, one thing that Ice likes to do a lot, I know that people like to go for the maximum damage, and I said he definitely was going to switch to it, but he tends to use his Vegeta assist in situations where it might be a little bit better for him to hold on to it to continue to establish block string pressure. But luckily, it's not looking too bad for him. He is pretty much kind of steamrolling over Randomfiend by comparison to the first game.
Yep, definitely working a little better for him. Randomfiend has to pull his Cell in the back to get some life back. You know, Ice is going to be able to... now, is he going to choose to snap Cell back in? No, he's willing to let base Goku stay on the screen.
I think he just wants to continue to establish dominance and pressure, but again, getting hit by that command grab, and he's going to swap him out. He wants to deal with the Vegeta, actually. Okay, he wants that assist out of there.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision, and I'm curious to see how it works out.
I'm semi-perplexed by it. Like, why would you not go for the Kid Buu instead? But
yeah, and it's not like any of them had a whole lot of damage on it.
Yeah, Kid Buu being hit a little bit more. Hey, you know what? Like I said, he's there, we're here. So
yeah, that's the ultimate takeaway. Good reflect from Ice. You know, this is much more reserved game than the first game was. We're going on 100 seconds into the round, and we're still with a whole lot of life left on these characters.
Exactly. We were talking about before. We went under the 200 mark where they finally were almost down to 2 more characters. You know, maybe Randomfiend was watching Ice play this Vegeta off to the side or watch some of the VODs from Shine, because this Vegeta is still very solid, and he looks like he's trying to handle it correctly, but he just can't. Oh, there you go, though. Gets the opening finally on the backdash.
Yep, and Randomfiend's Cell has so little health. I mean, at this point, anything he gets from the Cell is sort of a gift. You know, Kami is speaking to him.
Oh, but doesn't get it, but baits him almost with the loss of that Kaioken, thinking that he could punish it.
Yeah, Kaioken, certain DHC situations, you need to really understand your team and know the way you need to change your Kaioken routes.
I say it's great extensions, but it's also something you can easily flub, and he's up. I don't know what his mindset was, but
Ice dropped an easy vanish combo earlier as well. I wonder if he's a little flustered.
Potentially, you know, he needs to keep his mind cool. Collected didn't believe hard enough after he got the stagger as well, but he's just going right back in. He wants to keep Randomfiend in the corner, but Randomfiend finding his way out.
Yeah, just meets him in the air there, gets a good hit confirm. 3 bars, gets the hard knockdown, and once again, we're back to the Cell. Cell, how many times has Randomfiend's Cell been running on empty, and he's had the opportunity to put him in the back, get some blue life back, and brought him in at like 50% life. This is effectively his 3rd Cell.
I say he's got all the coupons to Foot Locker, my guy. He's got so many Tims available for him every time he comes in, and he's been getting so much extra free mileage off the Cell. Like, again, yo, they are on sale, just continuing to give them out to all the needless who don't have any footwear, and Ice currently just stuck in the corner. This should lead to potential death. My God, this is not a situation that Ice wanted to be in. He does still have the Cell, but there is still a very healthy team on Randomfiend's side. It's not looking too good.
Interesting. He was able to use the base Goku assist there in much the same way that, you know, the Team Goichi and Fenrich TODs use Bardock assist.
That, my friends, is what we call I don't know what to do. So, oh my God, maximum output that he could have got out of that. Charge the damage, and he is. Oh, he actually did drop the loops.
I mean, at this point,
it's really not. There's just nothing else to climb from there. Ice going to go down with a swift 2-0 victory. Loss. Randomfiend walking away, looking very confident and happy.
Yeah.